Today we're discussing another pharmaceutical stock. The ticker for it is ZLAB, ZLAB. Stock was trading around $33 and then it went all the way up to $49 with the very positive catalyst that came out for it. And as usual, I'm going to determine whether this is company where you should be investing or should you just take it as a trade when it does rally again. And we're going to go through the company's valuation a little bit, and then also we're going to talk about the technicals. So if you're new to the channel, please do consider subscribing. The objective is to get you guys information on different stocks that we can maybe use and make money, right? Essentially, it's easy to just start investing in Tesla or Amazon or big stock, right? But it's good to know these small stocks sometimes they make you the real money, right? Because in the big stocks, they're so expensive sometimes it's just there's no margin there if you're not having, if you're not spending $92,000 on a day trade or something like that. So let's talk about the catalyst. I think this catalyst is great, not just for the stock in general as well. What it says here, ZLAB surge as lung cancer therapy meets main goal in late stage trial. So basically we're working on a therapy, which actually stage 3 means that this is the end point where either it works or it doesn't work. So now it seems like it's worked, right? Whatever the drug or therapy that we're working on, it worked. The second step is going to be going to the regulations, going to the authorities and getting approval for it so it could be distributed among people. Market cap is $4.85 billion, which is a large company. However, the red flag for me when it comes to investment is the EPS, right? EPS is negative 5.84, which means if you're putting $1 in it, you're not really going to make any money. You're going to lose $5.84. So that's practically what it's saying, earnings per share. So it's negative 5.84. So usually with these stocks with the recession on, every time, turn on the news and talk about recession, negative 5.84, it's not an investment at that point because you never know what's going to happen with these companies because, earnings per share is your financials, right? If you're not making any money, you can have all the drugs or whatever the case is, but if your expenses are so high, then that beats the purpose because your expenses are too high. 52-week range is $20.61, which means that it can fluctuate between $20 and $61. That does not mean that it will get to $61 again, but there's a possibility that there is a resistance established for the stock in last 1 year that it could potentially get to $61. And there's a possibility when they keep moving these drugs up, they already have a big pipeline with other drugs as well, which are in different stages. But again, definitely a stock that should be on your watch list. Volume that we're traded for today is 4.4 million. Average volume is 600,000. So if you're on a regular day trying to purchase a stock and sell it, maybe it's not a quick fill. Okay, so you might want to stay away from it and always wait for a trend or something that you see. Okay, the stock is spiking today, then only invest in the stock. Is not a lot of volume trade for the stock on a given day. Institutional holdings are 59.56%. This is a big surprise for me. Institutional are invested in this company. However, if you look at it in a big picture, increased position are about 6 million. 82 of the firms have increased their position by 6 million. However, decreased position are 7 million. So it's greater than the increased position. So this is sort of a red flag as well. As far as the analysts from these firms, these are big names here, right? You got Citigroup here. You got Jefferies here. JP Morgan is there. They think the stock average price should be $85. $127 should be high, and the lowest should get to $64. I mean, this is already proven wrong because stock was trading around $33, so you got to take that as a grain of salt. As far as the technicals are concerned, as I think the stock is done for, I think after today, I don't think there's any more juice left. I think there's this hard resistance right here, $49, which is established in 2021, acting as a hard resistance. If it does cross this resistance, let's say tomorrow for some reason, then of course it could potentially get to $54 at that point. But if it doesn't cross that again, it creates a double top here and then it's going to come down again. And this is the previous support, the previous resistance is going to become support. I have green lines here, I have red lines here. These are the previous support and resistance. So basically this red line, it represents that if it comes down, hits this red line, and if it crosses down, and then it potentially could, if it's going to go down to $33, $32. But if it bounces back up, it potentially could go back to, $44 or $49. At that point, if it does bounce back and you see a momentum there, not a financial advice, but I would definitely look into it at that point, right? But this is, RSI is already 74. This is why I think the stock is weakening up now. MACD's coming down. Histogram is getting bigger and bigger, which all indicating that the stock is definitely going to start coming down now at this point. I had a great run today, but I don't think there's any more juice left for today. I mean, the market is already closing. If you could trade after market, yeah, but I don't think there's a lot of juice left in the stock at this point. There's not a lot of margin as somebody would say. So, but again, definitely, but again, the stock is definitely something that you should be adding to your watch list. Again, as I said, the next step is going to be taking that medication or therapy and getting it regulated and having it approved by the authorities. And of course, if they want to get an FDA approval and start distributing in the US as well, that's going to be a great catalyst for the stock. So this is why I think we should have it on the watch list. If it does come down to my green lines, and that's gold right there, right? If it comes to green line, which means that this is the lowest it could get to, and then when it breaks that, we know that the potential is about $20, $25 margin. So definitely take a look at the stock. Hope you guys liked this video. If you did, do give it a thumbs up, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video.